well. So for those of you watching, you can go to Atyla, atyla.org, and learn more about the foundation. It's built on WordPress, correct, Alfonso? And your question was about the load speed, or how quickly the site loads. Now, especially, you know, if you're hitting people all over the world, they're all going to be on different devices. Do you know, I actually just thought about Google Analytics. Do you ever look at your analytics and figure out how many people are hitting the site on mobile versus desktop or laptop computer?
Yes, if I got it the top of my head, but I think it's more, for some reason, it's more laptop than mobile phone, which is strange because I know most devices today are mobile.
So right, and so like you know, research shows that at least 54% of people are accessing websites on mobile phones. But then I kind of back up and I look, okay, maybe, you know, that's kind of a nice heuristic. About over half of our potential voyagers are coming on mobile phones. But for you, when you actually dive into the analytics, you're seeing a different story. And I have an idea why, because this is something, if I'm looking for adventure sailing or a trip, I may not be looking on my phone. I may actually have my command center where I'm taking down notes, or I have another app open and I'm kind of comparing and doing some comparison stuff. So, and especially for you, I mean, you're saying, you know, they're going to pay a few hundred, 600 euro to be a part of the adventure, but then how are they going to get there? So now they have a travel site open and everything else. It's just not as easy on a phone. So I can see why more users would be using a laptop or desktop, which is fine. But your concern here is that it loads up too slow. So have you ever heard of the Test My Site tool?
No.
You're about to. Here we go. So I actually got it set up for you. Now, for anybody watching, you just go to g.co/testmysite, and we'll make sure we have the link down in the show notes in the description. But here, free tool from Think with Google. What we're going to do is we just type in your web address, click on the button. Now it's actually running your websites through a series of tests. It's going to look primarily through mobile, but it's going to tell us how quickly is the site loading. The other thing it's going to do, especially where you built on WordPress, which is notorious for having extra code, plugins, just takes a long time for a browser to figure out what's on a WordPress page or a site. It's going to tell us, let's see. So you're in Spain, we'll do 4G. Now it's going to tell us how quickly your site loads, but more so, what are things you can do in the back end to make it load faster? So you can see it's testing right now, and it knows this site is based in Spain. That's why I was asking, because it also has Spanish language. So it was asking, where are we? Where should we be looking at for a cell signal? The thing to remember.
I just looked it up, by the way. I just looked at analytics. We have 68% on desktop and only 30% mobile.
And I bet if you dove a little bit more into the analytics, we could start getting some insights. You know, what time are those people on? Are they there at the end of a long day? So if we look at where they are geography wise, are they there at the end of a long day, or at the end of a long week? Maybe it's Thursday or Friday when they're starting to think, how the heck do I escape reality? And this is something they're thinking about. So so the report's running. Now, the other thing with this report, it's right now, you can see it says mobile site speed is 5.1 seconds in Spain on a 4G network. That's all it's going to give us for Spain. We could obviously look at different. So if we just clicked on Mexico, it's 9.1. If we looked at Argentina, 11.9. That also depends on the power or the signal of the cell coverage anyways. Now, granted, 68% of people are looking on a laptop or desktop. But if we scroll down, it actually tells us a whole bunch of recommendations that we can do, fixes we can make in order to load the site faster. One of the most notorious things I see right away is that video. It's beautiful, but when you use a video, it's kind of like it's a trade-off. You've got a video playing, so it might load a little bit slower, right? That's just going to be one of those things, but it's such a beautiful video and really tells the story that, again, if this was a transactional business where you were selling, like, you know, towels and insignia and stuff for sailing, then I would expect it to load super fast. If this is something where I've done a little research and I found you either through the nonprofit grant that you're using with Google Ads, or if I'm finding a blog post or you were on social media or on a video or something and I come to your site, if it loads a couple seconds, I'm kind of in that mind frame where I'm exploring and I'm learning more about the adventure. I'm willing to wait. So it's the mindset that you're in too, right? So it's not as transactional. So that's one thing. But this, if you just go to g.co/test my site, not only will you be able to get this load the report, you can actually click on the blue button and you'll be able to get the full report. You can bring it back to your web design team and they can help you.